Welcome to Uxbridge College Virtual Open Day session for Travel and Tourism. If you haven't registered for the Open Day, then you can do it now by visiting Open Day registration link, which will be available in our chat box, so that we can send you a recording of this session to watch it again in your own home, and also keep you updated with the information about the college. If you have any questions, please type them into the chat box, and we will aim to answer those at the end of the session. I will now hand you over to my colleague Melissa, who will talk about studying travel and tourism at the Uxbridge College. Over to you, Melissa.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining us virtually. Sorry, obviously, I can't get to see you in person. Normally, we quite enjoy our open evenings and afternoons. So I've been having a little think about what to share with you. And probably the first question you might have in your mind, why still study travel and tourism? Obviously, we're in a pandemic. We've been in lockdown. Travel's kind of halted. And you might be thinking, where's the careers? Is it safe going into? But my first question back at you would be, what is probably one of the most things, other than seeing your friends and families and having a bit of freedom, what is the one thing that probably most people are really looking forward to doing? And that's going back on holiday. And to go on holiday, you need infrastructures, you need airports, you need cruise ships, you need ferries, you need all of the things that surround and support an industry. You need staff, you need the students that are going to become the staff. So what we see in the office is that we feel very strongly that the travel and tourism industry might be hit at the moment, but so has hospitality, so has beauty, so has hairdressers. So a lot of these, and the music industry, but as time goes by, it's all going to build up. So we would like to sort of say, have faith, come and study with us for the next 2-3 years, depending on which level you come onto. And in that time, the industry can actually settle down, and then you'll be going into what we think will be quite a refreshed industry. There'll be changes are happening. I think a lot of the tour operators and travel agents are looking to do things differently. And therefore there'll be jobs available, and they're going to want the more younger, new experience, new set of skills, that we can get you prepared, ready for the sort of the new industry. I feel like it's going to have a bit of a makeover. So why study with us at Travel and Tourism Uxbridge College? Well, we in our department have been, a lot of the staff have been here a long time. I'm actually about to celebrate my 10th year anniversary at the college in April. So I think that probably showcases why I like what I like teaching here, why I like having the students here, and a lot of the staff here have been here 10, 13, 15 years. And then the newer ones are more about 5, 8 years. So we all tend to stay. And that's because we love what we do. We love our jobs. We're very passionate about teaching, and we're passionate about the industry. Um, we have a wide range of teachers that are all qualified to degree level, and we've all come from industry. So all of us come from things like cabin crew, travel agents, tour operators, overseas staff, cruise industry, business industry, hospitality industry, just working at the airport. So we've all got such a collective skill set, and we bring that into our lessons. Plus the fact that we're all extremely passionate about traveling and make most of our holidays. So I think actually us in the office will be the first ones to go on our holidays as soon as we're allowed to. But also I've done a bit of research, maybe to perhaps put you at ease a bit, but the international travel is also expected to rebound quite swiftly. It's forecasts from IPK, which is an article in Travel Weekly, and outbound travel will rebound quickly from the slump of the past year, with almost 2/3 of travellers intent on going abroad in 2021, according to the travel market. So this summer, I think there's going to be still big rise in domestic travel, and that's obviously people travelling around the UK, like the Lake District, up in Scotland, Devon, Cornwall, Wales. There's, the New Forest, all these areas, the coastal areas, Bournemouth, Brighton, are going to still see a surge of UK people wanting to still stay in the UK and go on holiday. But those will still require jobs. That still requires infrastructure. And I think later on, as the year goes by, when more people have had the jab and the country start to see the numbers going down more, then the airlines are going to open up again. The airports will open up again. So all the jobs will start to be coming back again. And that's how we sort of see the industry forming. But as I said before, with maybe a bit of a makeover. It's a chance for countries to rethink how the tourism industries work. And I think a lot of them are going to try and become in a more sustainable way of traveling. So places where they maybe have a bad reputation of being sort of, you know, somewhere like Magaluf in Mallorca will use this opportunity to curb down on the bad nightlife and the images of that, and try and remarket themselves maybe as a more specialist country for cycling and things like that. There's also the talk of a future boom of the travel agents to rise again. Travel agents have been hitting a bit of a dodgy with the online and more tour prices and people doing things independently. But actually, the pandemic has proven that more people actually want to speak to an expert. They want someone to book their holiday, because when things go wrong, they've got to sort it out themselves. And actually, this is where travel agents play an important part. So I actually think there's going to see, they predict a rise, and that's come from the Economist 2021. And we feel, come and study with us and settle down, and we'll merge into a brighter new travel industry. Other things of why you should come and learn here is that we have great cabin features. We've got a mock cabin, all our stuff that teach the cabin crew course at level 2, and we've got aviation at level 1. They have to have been cabin crew. So you're going to have an expert teacher sharing all their skills. And we've got the mock cabin, you've got the seats, you've got the trolley, you've got the life gear, you've got the apparatus to do all the role plays to make it as lifelike as possible. We also take you out on trips to British Airways, like the training day centres, to do some of your assessments. As I said before, all the stuff come from a wide range, but also just to showcase how great a team we are. On the screen you've got here is Michelle. Michelle Bradley's currently our section manager, and she won last year the London Teacher of the Year award for 2020. So I think that's pretty impressive that the students voted her, and also British Airways voted her for all her efforts of hard work she does with British Airways and our students. And she's also been here for nearly 13 years as well. So we're pretty proud. And as you can see slightly in the background there, you can see our little mock cabin on that picture, which is on our new Instagram page, which I'll come on to shortly. So what do we look forward to doing again? So obviously I'm going to come back to the remotely in a second, but obviously in lockdown and last year we've had to cut our trips, and that's actually upset us quite a lot. But we would have gone to Cyprus last year. We were about to go to Bath, and we've not been able to go to Bournemouth this year. So if you're at level 1, you do a couple of day trips to like Windsor, Brighton. And then if you are at level 2, you go to Bath and you go on the cabin crew day. If you're level 3, you go to Bournemouth in year 1 for 4 nights. And if you're in the second year of level 3, you go to somewhere overseas. So in the past, we've been to Mallorca, Malta, Cyprus, Rome, Italy. So we sort of change it up each year to where we can get the best deals for the money. And also, if you go into our level 4 or 5, they go on some other exciting trips like to Iceland, New York, Germany, things like that. So we're really passionate, and we really can't wait to get our students back out onto trips again. As soon as we basically get the go ahead, we're back out there. Just see how we're doing for time. What have we done remotely? So obviously it's been a different year for everyone here. You're at school. One thing we noticed that a lot of students that last year came from school into college said that they weren't really having many remote lessons last year. And that's something we're quite proud of, that when we went into lockdown this time last year, we went straight into remote teaching. As a travel department, we carried on with our lessons, we carried on with our assessments, and the students still got a proper education. And since we've been back, we was back in September till Christmas. We did full teaching for a term, and then we've obviously been back into another lockdown, and then we've just picked up where we left off last year, but actually gone have improved. We're doing more guest speakers and virtual talks and things like that, and we're still assessing. And now our students are back this week. Hopefully you're all back enjoying being back at school. It's certainly nice for us to see our students in the classroom. They all seem to be happy to be back, and we're just carrying on as we are, trying to adapt each week accordingly. But other things that we did remotely, and obviously this year, that we're trying to enhance our students' experience, because we can't take you out on the trips. We are getting guest talks in. So far this year, recently we've had a EasyJet pilot do a guest talk with us. That was really good. We've had Menzies, which look after the operations at the airport. They did a really good and quite an employment-based side of view guest speaker talk virtually. Up and coming, we have got Riviera Cruises and Silver Sea Cruises doing a guest speech with us soon. Accor Hotels, Crimson Hotels, and we've got the editor at Travel Weekly going to be doing a guest speech soon. And also we've got Haymarket Holidays doing a guest talk probably in about early May. And we've also, a little bit different, not just a guest speaker, we've actually we've booked some of our students to go on a virtual tour of Rome. So we can't go to Rome, but we'll bring Rome to the students. And we've got a tour guide who's actually adapted to lockdown himself and working remotely, where he'd be a tour guide taking us probably around Rome if we went there. He's now doing it on a virtual tour, taking us through attractions of Rome as part of one of our lessons, and then he'll be doing questions and answers afterwards. So we're pretty proud of all the industry experience coming into our lessons, making it as the best out of a rubbish situation with lockdown and things like that. But we're pretty confident that our students are still getting the skills and the knowledge, and they're enjoying our lessons still in lockdown. So other things that we did in lockdown as well to kind of make our lessons, and we're carrying into lessons here. We do a lot of Kahoot quizzes, online role plays still. We've done interviews. We use Google Meets quite a lot. We just embraced it full timetable and assessing. Got quite a big team here. We've got sort of 8 to 9 staff working various full-time, part-time posts. I'm one of the course team leaders here, and I've been, as I said, have been here for 10 years, and I specialise more in the level 2 and the level 3 NCFE programme. So I look after the NCFE, and that's in our second year. So we're looking forward to like developing that, and that's like the equivalent of the BTEC. And the students are really enjoying the NCFE course because we get a little bit of flexibility of how we can deliver that. And that's a great course if you're looking to go on to university or for UCAS points. And I also teach in the level 2, which I really enjoy for being a bit more of an active role. And I specialise in my background's tour operators. I've worked for Ski World, Ernalo, First Choice. I've worked for CIE Tours. I've lived in America for a year doing that. I've travelled around the world. I've been to 52 countries at the last count. Jordan being my last international travel before lockdown. And I've also worked as the assistant manager of a travel agency. And trying to think what else I've done. I've worked for Canvas Holidays, looking after children in a campsite for the summer. And I've done a ski season for First Choice in Kitzbühel in Austria, doing the administration. So for myself personally, I've got quite a wide range of skills. And as I say, all the other staff have similar amounts of skills as well. Just seeing how we're doing for timing. And just sort of to finish off, really, we've got on Instagram, it's quite a new page we've got is Travel and Tourism at Uxbridge. We've just sort of joined the whole Instagram. We used to do the Facebook, that didn't quite sort of died out a little bit, but we've sort of recently opened up Instagram, and one of the teachers is looking after that really well. We've got a few posts, and we're going to be building up on that as the year goes by, but we'd love you to come and follow us. So please come follow, maybe make a post and say, we came to the open day, and tell us what you think. Have a look at some of the other things that we've got shown on there, and then as the year goes by, you'll start to see more things that we do, more guest speakers, that sort of thing. I'm just going to show you another slide. So I'll let, if you want to maybe take a picture of that or write that down, it's Travel and Tourism at Uxbridge. If you want to follow us, say hi. And I just quickly show a few pictures of some of the previous trips that we've been on. So as you can see here, I've got there's one there with a big group of people in the college banner as Uxbridge College. That was in the New Forest, I believe, or Bournemouth, one of the two. We do New Forest, Bournemouth together, and so we would go via New Forest. We have a walk, a talk there, guest talk, and with one of the rangers. And then also when we go to Bournemouth, we take them to Durdle Door and Lulworth Cove. So we get the students out and about and walking, enjoying the countryside. The picture with the British Airways, that's a mock training centre. So that's when the students go and do all their assessments. And as you can see, they're in full uniform. We ask them to wear uniform. So you'd ask you to make sure you've got black trousers or a skirt. But for that day, you need to wear trousers, I believe. white shirt, and then part of your course fees, you get a tie and a scarf, a blue tie and scarf. And we just think you look really great. It's getting you into the standards, the grooming practices for cabin crew, if that's where you want to go. Down at the bottom, very famous picture of the Roman baths there. So we used to take the students there. Hopefully go back there again, maybe next March. That'll be roughly when we'd start to go back. And also there's a cathedral there where we do like ghost walks in the evening, ghost tours. And then the last picture here at the bottom is of Beth in Malta, and the students. So we always try and go in April, May, where it's nice and sunny, and it's educational with a bit of leisure. So you do get to see all the beautiful sights and enjoy the weather. So I've kind of looking at that's nearly 20 minutes. That's sort of my talking time. I'll open this up to any question and
Yep.
answers.
Melissa, we have a few questions.
Yep, brilliant.
Thank you very much for your
Sorry if
lovely
I spoke a bit
presentation.
fast there. I was sort of quite conscious of like how much to fit in.
No problem. We have a fair few questions, so it's probably best anyway. One student has a fair few questions. The first question is, are there any trips abroad on a level 3 course?
Yes, so it'll be in the second year. As you will say that, so that picture down there, like Malta, that's the second year. So year one, level 3, year one, you go to Bournemouth normally, and hopefully, actually, we might even be able to go this autumn if people open up the trips in the summer. If we're starting to go out and do things, then we might be able to go back to Bournemouth. But I'd like to think the time that the people in their second year, definitely like within a year's time, we should be back on our international trips. That's what I'm hoping. I'm actually still hoping that next summer, our second years who will be going into it next year will be going on that. So definitely the time that you guys are on your second year, you should hopefully be on an international overseas. And it'll always be in Europe. It'll be somewhere within a short flight time, but somewhere
Thank,
warm.
thank you, Melissa. Next question is, I will be 18 in 2021. Do I need to pay extra tuition fees?
Depends when you're 18. Does the student say when? So that's, I mean, that could be more of a finance question, but if you're 17, I think at enrollment and at the start of September, then you get the funding. I think it's above 19 plus, but it depends on what course that you're going on to. So that is all possible. If you haven't had an interview, we can certainly talk about that in a more one-to-one basis and when you sign up for an interview. But yes, it's normally 19 plus. The funding then is a bit more, looks at differently. But if you're under 19, 17, 18, then yes, you'll still get the funding.
Uh, the next question is, are there any exams on a level 3 course? And if so, what is the percentage ratio between the coursework and the exams?
Oh, good question. So we do, so it depends on which course. So did they say for level 3 or
I
just
think, yeah, it is for level 3.
yeah,
Yep.
so for level 3, if you do the NCFE, which is the slightly higher pitched course where you need to have 5 grade 4s, the old Cs, then there's no exams. That's all sort of written, role plays, presentations, that sort of thing. If you're on the Sitting Guilds level 3, there are 2 exams, but they're multiple choice, and then year 1, and then there's one in year 2. So I actually teach year 1 is UK destinations, and we do a big research booklet folder throughout the year, lots of mini tests, mocks and things like that. And then you sit the test at the end of the year. It's 90 minutes for 60 questions, and it's multiple choice. And so it's all more like geography knowledge and attraction based kind of thing. And then in the second year, you do the same sort of thing. You do worldwide, but then it's looked at different parts around the world. So Europe, Australia, Asia, that side of things. And again, that's all worked for an exam at the end of the year, and it's multiple choice. So that would count really for one grade for one unit, but spread over the whole year. But level 2 also do exams. They do a UK exam and a worldwide, but at lower level. And they do that though in UK is done by Easter, and then the worldwide is done before the end of the term. And I believe the level 1s, I don't normally teach in level 1, but I'm pretty sure the level 1s have a multiple choice exam as well. But it's no written exams, it's multiple choice. So hopefully that answers the question. So it's just NCFE that doesn't have exams.
Thank you, Melissa. The next question is, can I study a level 3 course with the GCSEs, or do I have to study a level 2 first?
It depends on your grade of entry. So again, depending on what you get. So if you've got for level 3 NCFE 5 grade 4s and above, and they need to be a 4 in your maths and English, then you can go into the NCFE. If you've got 4 grade 4s or above, but must have your English, then that would be a Sitting Guilds level 3. If you've got a mixture or your English language is, say, a 3 or a 2, then you'd be a level 2. For a level 2 course, you need 5 grade 3s, but the 3 also must be in English. And if not, then you the lower level, then on the 1. So depending on what grades you get and what your teachers are going to be predicting giving you, we have a personal interview of us. We'd work out where you think you're going to get, and then would fit you in. So there's level 1, 2, and 3. Everyone comes in with their GCSEs, but they fit into where the level grade is. If you're an international student and you've got international grades, we look at those as the equivalents, but we'd also check to see how your verbal English written verbal skills are and your written skills are to make sure you're on the right level and you can cope with the workload.
Thank you, Melissa. The last question so far from my end is, I would like to work at Heathrow Airport, maybe like in customer services. Would this course suit me?
Massively, absolutely. All the levels. I mean, even when the work is a bit more theoretical based, but certainly level 2, I teach at the moment interpersonal skills, and interpersonal skills is all about your presentation, your communication, your teamwork. How you interact with each other. So today, my students have been presenting, and they've been presenting on a topic of their choice of a culture or country, and they're all doing really well. And back in term 1, they had to do a transfer speech, pretended that they're a resort rep. And even I can see from term 1 to here that the nerves are sort of much better. They're much more confident. They're all getting distinctions now, and these are the sort of things that's going to help them be employable. We're doing team activities next, where they learn how to work with each other. I did a unit of principles of customer services, which is sort of a basic intro to customer service skills. So definitely every level of this course really gets you ready for the workplace. And it doesn't just have to be at the airport, customer service at a hotel, reception, a travel agent, a tour operator, doing sales, being cabin crew, all customer service. Highly, the one thing that we're really proud of and quite strict on in our department is attendance and timekeeping and punctuality, because all that plays a part in your customer service, getting ready for the workplace.
Thank you, Melissa. I do not have any questions on my end.
Uh,
Caroline, do you?
yeah, I've got one question. So Emily has put, is there a parents' evening at some point throughout the year?
Yes, it's not compulsory though, so it's not like school. We run them twice a year, and we still did it virtually. Actually, we managed to get one just before Christmas, and the tutor will give you the evening. The parents, if they want to come, they do. If they don't, so in the past, it was they'd come in and see us with the students, and this year we did it over the phone to obviously keep our distance. So yes, there's normally one in sort of around that November time, and normally actually in March, but I think it might be when perhaps maybe when we come back from Easter. So yes, twice a year, but not compulsory.
And Emily has also put, will this course help me become a train driver?
Could do, depending on what kind of train driver. So obviously, any job that you go into in the future, we'll always look to see if you've got qualifications. If you're looking to be like, Eurostar or, the tube and things like that, then definitely, because you're still going to get customer service skills. I do use examples of train drivers, and they're actually earn pretty good money. You need to have your maths and your English, altitude tests and things like that. But definitely, any kind of job like that would expect you to have qualifications backed up behind you, because it's obviously quite a skilled job. Even though it looks easy, it's actually quite a skilled job.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I think someone had their hand up. I think an iPhone. Okay, someone maybe.
Let me just, if they could send their questions in the chat box, then we can answer it because we have muted all our guests.
Yeah, so two people. It says two people raised their hands.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you could just send your message to us, we have another minute to answer your query.
Emily has put another question. What is the difference between the NCFE course and the City and Guilds course?
It's a little, the NCFE is, it's more, if you've done any of the BTECs at school, the NCFE is just a pitch a little bit higher. So it's a little bit more, we'd expect your written skills and to be a bit more self-sufficient. It's a little, just a little bit more academically harder. So it's got a higher entry level. And it's kind of more pitched for those that want to go to university or onto our HNC, H&D program, because you get higher UCAS points. However, students who do sit in guilds do can also go to university, but there's just sometimes might have to do a foundation or there's less choices. Also, we tend to accept more NCFE students who've got the 5 grade 4s and above with the maths and English tend to come straight into the level 3, whereas the city straight into NCFE, so they tend to be all brand new students. But if you're coming into City and Guilds level 3, you will also have the progression route. So you'll have students that come from level 2 will go up to the level 3. And so therefore you'll have a mixture in the level 3 City and Guilds of students from the previous year who've moved up and students that have come in from outside. We have some students will come to level 1, they can do a level 1, they'll progress up to level 2 to level 3, and so some students are with us for 4 years, and then they also stay on for our level 5 and 6, which is the university level. So we have had some students being here for 6 years and gone up for all the channels, or you can come straight in at a level 3 and do your 2 years, or you can come at a level 2, do 1 year. Then if you do really well and you get mainly merits, you can go up to our City and Guilds level 3. If you get mainly distinctions, we might put you up to our NCFE. So it really all depends on your grading, and also if you're the type of person that is prepared to put a little bit more written work, more academic writing. If you're more of a outspoken, want to be a bit more active, lots of different types of work or the exams and multiple choice, then I recommend the City and Guilds.
Thank you, Melissa. We have another question, which was from KS iPhone. Do you offer flight operations course or flight dispatcher courses?
We don't, I'm afraid. No, well, we do aviation at level 1, but it's more of a basic entry level of the terminology and the geography. But we don't do, but any of like our courses can still help you get you towards going into dispatching. And also because we have an excellent reputation with Heathrow Airport, because a lot of our students get British Airways work experience. We have the Menzies, we have just good relations with Heathrow. And as the college is so close to Heathrow, anyone that would have travel and tourism on their CV and you apply for a job at the airport after doing your level 2, level 3, would look really good on your CV. And also our head of school, Kai Barnes, used to be, I believe he used to do dispatching at the airport as well. So we've got staff who's got background experience, and that would be able to give you tips and advice how to perhaps go for that once you've left the college. I don't think there's any particular course anywhere in the country that just focuses on that, but that could be stuff that you could look into in your case studies and stuff as part of your level qualifications as well.
Thank you, Melissa. Unfortunately, we do have a
Okay,
few questions, but unfortunately, we have run out of time.
okay, sorry.
Question. If the visitors, if they would like to get more the answers for your queries, if you could email us on inquiries at uxbridgecollege.ac.uk, uxbridgecollege.ac.uk, that would be wonderful. Melissa, do you have a contact number you want to give out?
Yeah, you can always call me on 01895 853437. Leave a message on my extension and leave me like your name and number, and I'm happy to call you back. Or the email could be forwarded to me, and I can happily respond to that. So just repeat, that's 01895 853437, and just say that you came to the open evening, you got a couple of questions, and I can call you back. Or just bring those questions and apply and come for one of our interviews, and then you'll talk to us one-on-one.
Thank you, Melissa, and thank you everybody for attending our open day today. Cheers. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.